Alright, so in this lesson today, what we're going to be doing is looking at subtitles and open captioning specifically. Subtitles are something that is needed in almost all videos. You look at Netflix, Hulu, all of them offer captions. YouTube will auto-generate a lot of captions, but if you've ever used auto-generated captions, you are well aware that that is some trash. I want to look at how to customize captions. I like having captions on your videos, but I like them to have some style too. Most captions come in your standard white font, with a little black bar behind them if they have that at all. But you can do a lot more with them if you choose to. Most companies don't pay for this extra this extra stylizing to your captions because it costs money and it takes time. Anything where you have to slowly go through that video is going to cost the company money. But if this is something you were to offer your clients, this would be a good selling point, especially to certain audiences. Okay? Captions have to be in your videos from this point on. I'm expecting them on all of your projects after this. So let's look at some basics of how to do your open captionings and how you can work with them. Now there are a few different types of captions in general. What we're going to work with today is actual open captions. The goal of open captions is that they're always on. You can create closed captions so that you can close them down. You don't have to have them open all the time. You can do it in multiple languages, do it in different caption layers, but we're just going to keep it simple and just keep everything as open caption from this point on. So in today's lesson, what you've got is a video for you to download right here, the greatest pizza order ever. We'll see how this works out. You should just be able to click on that one time. It should download for you. Okay. I've talked you through multiple times of how to set up a project, so you shouldn't need any help setting up your project at this point. So once you've got everything built in, you're just going to import your media like we do. In your downloads, you'll find it right there. And now that we've got the video inside of our project panel, we'll be able to move it to your timeline. There's your video set and ready in the timeline. Okay. Let me move myself over to the side here so we can get a good view. There we go. Alright, so if you run through this video one time, it's this guy sitting here talking on his cell phone giving a pizza order. He's rapping and he's doing it pretty quickly in a lot of this. So I wanted to give you a challenge. The goal for the next couple of days really is to just subtitle this video. So you're going to have to go through this whole video and actually subtitle out this entire thing. So let's look at the actual audio track. You'll need to zoom in. Remember, plus is the icon to allow you to zoom in. And I recommend opening your audio panel like this, clicking just underneath that A1 and dragging it down so you can see the actual audio waves. Being able to see these waves is going to allow you to kind of determine where you need to start and stop with these different things. Okay. Now, we haven't really looked at this button in the project panel, but just next to the trash can there's a new item icon. You'll notice this in all of the Adobe programs, whether it be in the layers panel at the bottom to create a new layer, or same for the adjustments to create a new adjustment. If we click on this, we'll see a few different options that we can use in our project panel. So I want to look at just a couple of these before we really get started on the captions. There is a section here that says adjustment layer. We're going to do an entire lesson on this, so this is where you would find it. Bars and tone, if you've ever seen that before, I'm sure you have. I'll just drag it out here so you can see. It's that little thing where you get this crazy beeping, right? It comes stock. It allows you just to click and drag that in. A lot of people will use that at the start and end of their film to give people credit and get people ready to actually introduce your video. Underneath here we've got bars and tone. Like I said, we've got color matte, so if you want an entirely red clip, you can do that. So there's my red color matte, and I can drag that on top, and there's my red bar, right? So there's a lot you can do just using these new items here. I want you to kind of tinker with them and play with them at your own time. Use them for different things. Remember, if you're introducing any kind of language or if you're trying to curse in your videos, that bars and tone is a good place to get an audio to allow yourself to beep yourself out, right? Now, the one we want to look at today are really the captions. So I want you to hit this new item icon and then click on captions. Up at the top, it's going to give you options. It'll start at a CEA 608. and it'll stream to your closed caption 1, meaning if somebody turns on captioning on their device, this will come up. So it won't be seen all the time if it's closed captioning, especially in these CEAs. Now you see CEA 608, 708, teletext. These are a lot of different options that you can kind of play with. Again, we're going to stick on open captions. So go ahead and click to open captions. Now the time base and the video settings are going to be made based on the sequence that you have in here. So this sequence is at 23,976 frames per second, and it's a 1080i piece of footage. So this is going to come in at that same size. Hit OK. Alright, now in your project panel you'll notice that you have this little option that says open captions. It comes in as purple, and if you look closely at the icon you'll notice that there's no audio attached to this. This is strictly a video effect. I want you to click, hold, and drag that to your V2 layer. Now it's going to pop up, it's going to say type caption text here. Should be self-explanatory, but you know. So what I want you to do is I want you to drag this purple icon across your entire video, all the way across. This should be straight on top. And then zoom back in so you can see what your audio wave's doing. Now, this effect, or this layer comes in, and it allows you to have this little icon but underneath it that gives you the chance to move where your actual text is going to be. So the closed caption or the open caption is going to be on top of our entire film, but the text is not going to be on your entire film. You're going to choose where you start and stop your text based on dragging these icons right here in this open caption set. So if I look closely, I can see the first icon I see right here. The first audio wave I see is right at the beginning. If I play it, it's a phone ringing. That's the noise I'm hearing. Okay, so I need to say that it's ringing. You need to not just put words in this. This needs to be sounds too. You're working for people that are hard of hearing and deaf here. They're not going to know a phone is ringing right there, and they're going to lose context on what's happening. So you need to include everything you can hear as best as you can. Now, if you look carefully with these two arrows pointed to the side on your project panel, you'll see captions down here. Or if you double click right here on this purple icon to open your open captions, you can see this option come up. You'll see in your source panel that you have options as well. So we've got our source panel, we can see what we're actually typing. We've got our captions panel open, and we're going to begin adding different effects here. So where it says type caption text here, we can highlight that and we can type in the text that we want to be there. So I can type in ringing or phone rings. I can add, you know, little starbursts or whatever to kind of get your attention to it, or to indicate that this is an audio. This is not somebody saying the word phone rings. So I will place that right there. I'll look at my font. Typically it's going to come in Arial. I don't really care what fonts you use here. I will say that throughout this video, if the person on the phone is speaking, his font, his color, his size needs to be different. So the guy that's getting the order needs to have a different look than the guy that's actually rapping here. So I'm going to kind of play with these fonts. I want you to look around a little bit. When you're working with any kind of digital text, you're wanting to use what are called sans serif fonts. That means fonts without serifs. So what is a serif real quick in case you didn't take visual design? Let me zoom on in here. If you look at these little feet at the bottom of this text, that is a serif. Think of it as all the little weird stuff on a font that you would never actually write as you were writing it out, right? Nobody's going to put that little dash at the top of the H right there. So that creates a sans serif. This is the original books. If you're printing for book, that's the font you want to use, is something with a serif. If it's paper I'm handing to you, Times New Roman gets a lot of use for this. But when it comes to digital websites, videos, you generally want to avoid that type of font, and you want to go with something that is a sans serif, meaning it doesn't have those little feet. It looks a little more natural to how you would write. Arial is a standard font that a lot of people use, but I'd really prefer you to experiment with these fonts and find something different that works for you. There's a lot that come in here stock. You can download fonts from dafont.com or 1001 fonts. They'll come into here as well. I'm just going to stick on Arial for the time though. Now you can see you have different options here, including size, line spacing, where it's located. So you can put it on the far left, the bottom middle is generally where these are kept. You can change the color of this, which I want you to again experiment with. Play around with a bunch of these options and kind of see what you like in here, right? Insert music notes so you can say that this is audio or this is some music that's starting. Just play around with it, okay? So if I look carefully into my, let me make this a little larger. If I look carefully into my V2 layer, my open captions layer, I can see that it now says phone ringing, and I can line this up with that audio wave so that it starts and stops with the actual audio. If you place your playhead with it, it'll make it a little bit easier for it to snap where you want it to start and stop. Now, if I move down from that, you'll see it disappears. It goes away. And I need to insert some more audio or another subtitle right here. So if I listen again, it's the same thing. It's that same phone ringing, right? So now you can use copy and paste here, Command or Control C, Command or Control V to paste. And right here at the bottom of the captions panel, I'll see this plus symbol. If I click on that, it adds a new section of subtitle. Now here, I'll paste that same piece of text. The trick is moving it over here and lining things up. So it does take a little bit of effort and practice lining up your audio waves to your actual subtitles. You don't want them to come in too early and give away what it is. So like if I pull this forward, I don't want to know that a phone's about to ring before the phone rings, right? You've probably had subtitles on at one point where you got spoiled on what they were about to say. So make sure everything lines up properly. That's key. So lining that up. Now, here's where the real stuff gets going. This guy starts playing music and starts rapping to this guy, to this song. He's rapping this order, and on the other line of the phone is the guy taking the order. Right here, Giuseppe's Pizza is what I hear him say. You might hear things a little differently in here. I'm not really worried about your spelling. I'm not worried about whether you got the exact right words throughout this whole thing, because this guy gets rapping fast. I want a close approximation to what this is, okay? So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to add a new subtitle, and I'm going to hit those music notes. They've got them there for a reason, right? So the music starts up right here. And maybe I'll change the color on this, go to white, make it a little bolder and bigger so that you can really see that the music's starting. Bam. All right. And then I need to add a new one right here. And I like using my playhead to go ahead and line up where everything's going to go. So keep your playhead moving so that you know where things are supposed to be. So Giuseppe's Pizza. I am sure that is not how you spell Giuseppe. I apologize, but you know. All right, so the guy on the other line of the phone, I want him to have a different color. I want him to have a different font. I want him to have a different size, okay? So whenever he's talking, I want his to be obvious that it's him at a quick glance, okay? So I'm going to move this subtitle down to match where that playhead is. I'm going to listen real quick. And when I hear it stop, I'm going to stop the playhead. So that way I can line it right up. Bam. So it starts and stops with that guy talking. Right? And if you want to add, you know, if you hear any curse words in here, I don't think there are, but if you want to come in here and add, you know, a little starburst instead of the actual word occasionally, that's perfectly fine too. Okay? All right, so right here we've got a hello. And you can actually see it in the audio wave here, how it kind of peaks and valleys right here around that word. So that makes it where I don't even need to worry so much about the playhead. So hello, and a question mark. So inflection here, you're going to have to hear if he's asking a question here. You're going to have to hear if he's exclamating something to put that exclamation point on it. Because somebody that's deaf is not going to know that that's what's happening with that. They're not going to know it's a question, right? So we need to put that in there for them. So I'll change the color, I'll change the size a little bit, and I'll change the font. So between the two, I need to bounce back and forth between the fonts so that I can clearly tell who's talking here, right? Line that hello up. with him saying it. It should be a quick pop because he says it rather quickly. And you can see it's way off there, right? There's nothing more annoying to me than having subtitles that are terribly off like that. So make sure you're careful with this. You also don't want it to blink really fast like that because you've got to give people time to read, right? So even though it may not go that long, I'm going to extend the hello out a little bit just so that it's not just a blink of the word hello. Right? All right, so this is the basics of adding these captions. When you're done, you're going to need, or I'm sorry, at this point you're going to need to go through this entire video. You're going to have to subtitle out everything. It's going to take some time. I'm giving you 2 days to do this, 2 whole class periods to do this. I need this entire thing captioned out. Every time the guy working at the pizza place talks, he needs to be in one font, the same font over and over for him, same color over and over again. Whenever this guy talks, he needs to be in a different font. He needs to be in a different color, but it needs to be the same throughout the entire video for each person, okay? Now, once you finish this, I need an MP4 turned in so I can see these captions actually running through. We've talked about how to do that. File, export, media. Make sure when you do that, at the bottom left here, you're putting the entire sequence, not just your sequence in and out points, okay? H.264 is the MP4 format. Make sure that's what you turn in. If you got any questions on this throughout these 2 days, join the Zooms, reach out through email, whatever you need, all right? So, go through the video, subtitle it out. Don't hate me for it. You're going to hate this video pretty quickly, I promise you. All right, have a good one. Good luck.